Es la presento. Pica, táctil.
Hello, Adarsh. Hello, Sanika.
Good evening, ma'am.
Hello. And your other three friends are coming. Yeah. What are you waiting for? They might come. They all come. They all take their time, like yesterday.
Ma'am, is actually attending only one class.
Yes.
From tomorrow. So we have to say.
Yeah, practice.
Sanika, you have time, right? Because I'll continue and we'll do the next lesson. They will go after 1 hour because we have to finish the portion.
वही तो मैं सुबह सुबह उसको बोल रही हूँ स्कूल में क्या करके रखा उसके बाद की हालत बोलते कि डांस बोलूं डांस तो बोलते कि डांस को भेज रहे हो साइड में काट दिया आदित्य से बोलते ऊपर कम
But you're allowed to you do this haircut.
पीछे वो एमबीबी से
No, I'm not asking what haircut is this. I'm just saying, are you allowed to do
Ma'am,
this?
you are not visible.
I'm not visible.
Yes.
I'm sitting others.
Ma'am, all I see is a whiteboard.
Yeah, I'm sitting. 1 minute. We'll wait for 2-3 minutes because last time also those girls came little late.
I hope they don't.
Why?
I wish they don't.
Why?
So that I guess only was.
No, we will not have 1 hour class. You both are there, no? We'll continue.
I'm not here for them. What did you do last year?
Last class we did, what did we do last class?
What is this? Right.
So I'm asking what did we do last year?
Spelling.
Yeah, she heard, it's like she heard this word, so she's throwing it on you.
No, I know. What is your answer?
It's nonchalant.
It's nonchalant, sure.
I know it's
Very similar to something
Last time we did foggy. Yeah. I thought we'll do the tail of custard dragon. It's a very interesting.
Yeah. Tail of custard dragon is tail of custard dragon. Ma'am, we are doing Mijbil the Otter, right?
We did that long back.
Ma'am, we used to Mijbil the Otter is
Who sees checks that?
I
We have already done that.
Can we do the addition of Ali?
We'll do either the necklace. Even that's an interesting one. Oh, we last time we did necklace.
Yes.
I did it at girl or something. Okay. Then we'll do for the sermon at Banaras and the next one for Anne Reagan. I'm sure the tail of custard dragon is.
Why is she tail of custard dragon?
Yes.
Remember teaching that.
Ma'am, now too I cannot see anything.
Now you cannot see anything. You want to see the class.
Copyright YouTube पे जाता है ना
आदर्शला दिसत नाहीये म्हणतो फक्त व्हाईट बोर्ड दिसतोय त्याला वर्ग बघायचा आहे वर्गातल्या मुलांना बघायचं नाही
तुला काय पाहायचं मी दिसतं आता त्याला संपला विषय.
आप देख रहे हो ना सर, लेकिन पढ़ाते समय कोई नहीं दिखता मुझे, सिर्फ
हाँ?
दरवाजा दिखता है.
दरवाजे दिखता है, ये बोर्ड नहीं दिखता अभी।
अभी देखो, अभी यूट्यूब पे आ रहा होगा ना लाइव, पता चल जाएगा, कुछ नहीं
अभी
दिखता।
यहाँ मैडम खड़ी है, वो भी दिखेगी। हाँ
देख लेंगे, देख लेना,
हाँ
आएगा तो।
ये आधा
कुछ
से
नहीं
पता
दिखता,
नहीं
देख लेना।
9.5.
And you don't have to announce that in the whole
I
class.
announced my science marks in front of
बस बस उतना नहीं लेके जाना।
पूरा हो गई चेक कर। आपसे गाइड करो लीजिए। मैं साइन करूं जल्दी।
Come on, sign quickly.
Oh, let me check. How much do you get? I don't know. Ma'am, because come in first day. When I have my English exam day after tomorrow. Board and my language. You know what? Not language. Yes. And now I have your what? Not language. Very language. शुमाने बीसवीं क्लास में हाँ तो तेरे टेस्ट के नीचे था ना मेरे क्लास में और मैं तो मैं क्या था क्वेश्चन करे थे ये एग्जाम पे था ऑब्वियसली मैं अच्छा नहीं करते अभी दिखेगा अभी से तो इसका कुछ नहीं है मेरी कुछ नहीं मैं सिर्फ नहीं करता तो ये सालों बाद तो चेक करके नहीं मिलेगा मैं तो क्वालिटी क्या कर मेरा अपना वाला करवाना नहीं है
Yeah, we do. I wanted to check if the custard the dragon is. Are you sure it's not there?
हम हमारा क्वेश्चन पेपर ले रहे थे पता है Ma'am, did you see? Ma'am, did you see?
Yeah. Why it is like this?
Is our magnetism paper? Magnetism paper. After it does not no mama can yeah तस्वीर नहीं है इसका भी हो सकता है नहीं it does not just does not just
It's there, Raja. The tail of custard the dragon. Huh? It's not there in your new textbook.
it's waiting for Harvard
But it shows in the website. It's not there in your textbook. If it is not there in your textbook, then it is not.
it's there not Mom, even I have Mom, mommy do that making of a mad scientist. Making of a scientist. वो चैप्टर वाला है कि एंड में कर दो वो ना तुमना चैप्टर ना हाँ last year we are having that making of a scientist chapter.
Saving of the science.
क्या हो गया?
Yeah. We'll start with making of the scientist then. What we don't have. How many of you don't have footprints without feet? Only one. Come on, Sandra. We have to do this. Let's see. Yeah. Tail of custard is that. Ari, but do you have footprints without feet?
Yes, no.
Yes. You have, right? You have.
Yes.
You have?
Yes.
So, you do mention. First we'll do tail of custard the dragon and then we'll go to making of a scientist. Okay?
What's tail of?
Feet.
future also.
Tail of that is not in this first, right?
You sure that she told that it's been deleted from the board? What's up? Tail of custard the dragon? They have not got it. No. Should I keep it for last?
Yeah.
Tale of Custard the Dragon. It's a very interesting poem. But if it is not there, then it would be sure waste of your time.
We asked for it, and our teacher did not make this.
Yeah, because in other schools also, in Sanpada, they have taught it. But did the school get the notice that it's not there?
No, I did not know any such thing.
In that case, I'll keep it. We'll do other lessons. Okay, fog.
Yeah.
Fog, we have not done the fog. So we'll do it first. Okay. First slide, fog. It's just 4 lines. Okay. Have you ever seen a cat?
Yeah.
Can you describe how a cat walks?
That is actually not mutton.
If you ever see a cat walk, she's always very cautious. The cat doesn't walk like dog. Like, when dogs walk, you feel as if they own the place. They're usually very open. When the cat walks, she's always alert. She walks and then she always falls on her back legs. She'll wait, she'll sit there on her hind legs, and she'll watch. And again, she will get up and she will walk up. She will never walk straight, you'll realize. That is how the cats walk. Always walk very quietly, and then suddenly stop. Go on there, sit on their hind legs, watch everything,
That's like a muddy road.
then get up and walk up.
You have a cat.
Do they have a
You have a cat.
Do I have a cat? No. But I did have cats around my house. So we have an independent house with a so we could, the fence is there. So I've always noticed this on the fence. That is how the cat walks. And the poet has described the fog also that way. He says he is sitting maybe at the, he says he's sitting at this place. Harbor. You know what a harbor is? Yeah. Because the other class children asked me what a harbor. I was little upset there. So harbor is where you can say, where you have the ships. Port. So port is exactly where the ships anchor themselves. And a little away from it is the harbor, where you have place to sit. People sit there and watch the boats and the ship go. And he's sitting on the harbor, and it's a morning time, and he sees the fog in the coming, sits there around the city. The fog spreads around the city, sits there for some time, and maybe as the day goes up, it just vanishes. And how does that happen? He says that the fog always acts like the cat. So this poem is a metaphor, comparison between fog and the cat. Just 4 lines. What do we learn from this? It's the power of the words that the poet uses. It's the picturesque language. Why? Children ask, why? What is the point? There are literally 6 lines. Short 6 lines. Fog, Carl by Carl Sandburg. The fog comes on little cat feet. It sits looking over harbor and city on silent haunches and then moves on. Just 6 lines. So It just tells us that in short lines and just 4 words in each line, if one can describe a scene in the morning. You can, if you imagine, see, you need to understand language is for imagination, to improve your imagination. We see too much on the screen and therefore we have stopped imagining. And therefore we have stopped imagining because everything is in the picture form in front of us. This poem is for your imagination. Imagine the poet sitting on the harbor. There's a bench, water, maybe boats lined up, a harbor, sees the morning fog rising up. Yes,
What is the fog compared to the cats?
the fog is compared to the cat. The cat, the way the cat comes, now there the fog does not stay for very long. So it is fog comes. How? Like a cat. Very quiet. Doesn't make, see, when it rains, there is thunder, there is shower, there is lightning. Fog is very quiet. Suddenly it's white. It sits on the city for some time. The way the cat sits and watches everywhere. It sits there. And then slowly it just disappears. The way the cat then walks. That's all. I can't explain more. Read the poem. See if you can understand. Or if there is something you can't understand. Sorry? Sorry?
Then we this poem is dual imaginary poem. Dual imaginary poem.
Dual imagery? Yeah, you have to imagine both the cat, how the cat walks, and how the fog.
And can we just clap for
Or dual
Wow. I'm the whole thing we can call it as a metaphor, right?
Yeah, it's a metaphor.
Rohan, अच्छा यार गणेश क्या बोले गणेश में
What Ganesh ji?
I was talking about that she had launched a brand, you know, like normal. Like 27.
Yeah, thanks for I got introduced to that. Labula. I can throw my knowledge, no? To other places. Oh. Yeah, I had no clue there is something like this because I don't have
Yes, I remember it. Just to think.
children in this age group. So, yeah.
But you think that
Enchantment is
continuation of fertilization of the bomb. Yes.
it continues in the next line and then the next line starts from in between the sentence. That is enchantment.
Okay.
The sentence continues and ends in the second.
Giving I said it's looking over the harbor and city on मतलब ये कॉमा वगैरह कुछ नहीं दिया है और अभी वाला सेंटेंस से सेंटेंस आप नेक्स्ट लाइन
I'll ask you questions. You shouldn't be very difficult. What does Sandberg think the fog is like? Cat.
Cat.
How does the fog come?
The fog comes silently like a cat walking
On its small,
on cat feet.
yes, on its small cat. What does it in the third line refer to?
That
Fog.
cat is looking
Cat
at
or fog.
it
Fog.
represents fog.
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 See, it sits looking over harbor and city. It is about fog. Harbor and city के यहाँ पे it's a fog. Does the poet actually say that the fog is like a cat? Find 3 things that tell us that fog is like a cat.
Mijbil cat feet.
The poet not really mean that fog is like a cat, but used it as a metaphor.
Metaphor. Good job.
Also, three things that we can use to identify fog as a cat. Like how it.
No, I'm just looking at the class. No, there are hardly so many. If I either look at him, her. Her, him, slip of tongue.
Like how it arrives in the over the harbor and the city very silently like a cat, and also how it
Sits on his haunches like a cat.
comes and moves on
60 to 70.
without making any noise.
Very good. 60 to 70 was the answer.
Adarsh,
Yes, ma'am.
Adarsh, you're getting something? समझ
Yes,
रहा है? Are you understanding what is going on here?
yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Third question, right?
Yeah, we are doing the poem Fog.
Third question, right?
That's
She
right.
answered.
Write this fourth question. Write the fourth question in your notebook. Write the fourth question from the textbook. Write the answer to the fourth question. Does the poet actually say that the fog is like a cat? So, I don't know why it is there, no? Yes, yes. 1 point. The poet does not actually say that fog is like a cat, but uses it as a metaphor. Should I give you the answer? Simple sentence. It does not use cat, does not compare it, actually say that the fog is like a cat, but uses the metaphor of cat for comparison. He thinks, write the question, one answer. And the second part says, find 3 things that tell us that fog is like a cat.
This it comes over the harbor slash city and looks all around.
It comes silently like a cat.
Yeah.
On first thing, it comes silently like a cat. On with small cat feet, or it comes silently like a cat. Second,
Because you can use that, it comes over the harbor slash city and looks all around. Second, we can use that,
but it comes silently is the first part.
yeah, the silently is the last part. It's silent conscious, it sits over the silent conscious and then moves on. Like it is not come silently, but it goes silently. Something like
On
that.
silent conscious. So it comes on cat feet. See, cat always comes silently.
It comes silently like a
Cat. Second would be it looks over
The harbor slash city.
the harbor. It looks over the harbor and the city. It looks over the harbor and the city. You won't have any doubt. Looks over the harbor and the city like a cat. Um, it sits on its haunches and slowly moves on. Sits on its haunches, observing, and slowly moves on. Similar to a cat. Instead of writing like a cat, use a different word sometimes.
Similar to.
A cat.
The poet doesn't actually say that the fog is like a cat. He just uses cat as a metaphor to describe how it comes silently, how it looks over the harbor and the city. It sits on its haunches, observing, and slowly moves on, similar to a cat.
That's all. I can ask you some extra questions, but this is the gist. How does it come? Like a cat. Who sits on its haunches? Frog. What does it do? Observes the
City.
harbor and the city.
Answer that till now it never came in board exams.
Once, I think.
Once.
Was it 3 boards? There was once.
Who's the common 3 board for all?
No, no. I think it came many years ago.
Like, but it could still come.
2012.
It could still come.
2012. They had you have this comprehension, right?
It's just waste of time to do this for a long time.
Yeah, of course. It's just I will not go on because इससे ज़्यादा तो कुछ आ ही नहीं सकता. You have any doubt? Also because you look worried. So I'm worried. Is there something more you want expect from these 6 lines? There is nothing, really.
But they would want that.
No.
These are just semester practicals, no? And it is just whatever you have done in the class.
Yes, today we completed this one.
What did you complete?
Fogs.
Fog. Oh. Did your teacher give you any more questions?
We're doing time pass in our papers. Like talking about result of the one. That's most time.
We can do the proposal or we can do the we'll do the for Android. Oh, we have something also.
Or we have making of scientists that is coming.
ये chapter time है पता ये chapter पढ़ाने से कुछ
When do you have your exam?
6
I think time है भाई.
this chapter is complete we were on the chapter education.
In that case, we'll go ahead with the sermon at Banaras. The sermon at Banaras. Any idea who gave the first sermon at Banaras? What is the sermon? A religious talk? Oh, what? Not Sanai. Sermon. What is a sermon? Yes. Any idea who gave the sermon? First sermon? Huh? Bismillah Khan?
Bismillah Khan is Shehnai.
Shehnai Khan. You remember last year's lesson?
We are doing sermon at Banaras.
Yes, because that fog poem is just 6 lines and we did the question answer. There is nothing more in that poem.
Why not the making of a scientist?
The making of a scientist because many don't have the book today and we'll do it in the next period. Okay?
So we are doing the sermon of Banaras. Okay.
Yes.
Find the laws. Scientists in
Yeah, the making of a
yeah,
scientist.
the chapters also to do during this time period, and we have PTM coming. That's why I was asking I but do this chapter, but if some people understand.
to bring your. See, if we, after this lesson, the sermon, because even sermon is a very short lesson. After this, if we have time, we'll do the making of the sign. Yes. Yes.
It's Natalia. Her name is why Natalia.
What is this chapter?
What is the structure of this? Very छोटा सा clutches at the start क्या बार-बार इसको clutching क्यों हो रहा है?
You see, have you read the stories of Gautam Buddha?
Yeah.
No?
Yeah.
Really? Never? Like how he was born as a prince and then he had these. You didn't have it in Gautam Buddha Buddhism in history? Of course, in 8th, sometime in 7th, 8th, 6th, you had, no? Gautam Buddha Buddhism. So, the story of Gautam Buddha goes this way. So, Gautam Buddha was born as a prince, Siddharth, and he was always protected from all the evils, all the sadness, because when he was born, the mother was told that he will either become a Chakravarti, that is a big emperor, or he became an ascetic, a sadhu. He renounced everything. What? So, he became an ascetic, a sadhu. Okay. So, the mother obviously, the one who he was born in a royal family, they did not want him to renounce everything. So they thought that let's protect him. He was never shown any sadness. He was always within the four walls of the palace. Then he was sent for his training, came back, got married to this beautiful princess, had a lovely family. He was married. So yeah, he was married. So he met this.
What is this?
Had children. I really so no, it so happened that sorry. Yeah, it's easy for men to run away from family. A woman will never do that.
What's
Renounce family for a man, and then he's respected. If a woman does, she'll be blamed. She'll be given names. So yes. It so happened that should I continue or you want to? He saw Tanika, these oil. Do you know these four sides? Okay, please tell.
And one was the order में पता नहीं. One was a healthy man.
Healthy man.
Yes.
Why will somebody be distressed by looking at a healthy man?
चार sides थे तो one was a healthy man, one was a dead man, one was a sick man, and one was a poor man.
So he one day happened to see. He one day went out. He was tired of living in the enclosed palace, and he wanted to see what the world is like outside, what the city is. So he went out, and he saw a very old man. Till then he had not seen an old man, struggling to walk. Then he saw a very sick man, who was sick. Then he was, a sick man was sick. Then he saw a dead body, a dead man, and sorry. And then I think the aged man, funeral procession, a monk, and a monk begging for alms. A monk begging for alms. And he wondered why there is sadness, why do people become old, and why do they have to struggle and finally die? And who's more happy? The monk or the common people who struggle with their through their life? What is the reason for all this? And he was so disturbed by all this, he decided to go and look for the answers. So he decided to leave his family. He left his family one night and just walked out and roamed all over looking for a guru who will give him the answers. Finally, when he did not find a guru, he sat there meditating under a tree. That tree happened to be a people tree. And yes. And when he was meditating, finally he got the answer to his question. And since then, because he became an enlightened one, because he got the answer, the tree under which he meditated is known as a Bodhi tree, and it was known as Buddha. Buddha means the enlightenment. And whatever knowledge
get answer.
finally he got the answer that desire is the cause of all the sorrows. We have constant desire, and therefore we always want more.
How did he get the answer? He was just meditating.
Yes, so through meditation, he got the answer. The answer came to him.
Or
Or he was trying to logically think. Meditation is to read, to research, to think. So while he was thinking, he realized that he connected the dots that
Everybody has their answers, they just speak through.
so desire is the main reason. He decided to give this knowledge to everyone. And he started preaching. His first preaching was at Banaras. This was the story. What did he preach there? Okay. So let's read. Who should we start with? They are going anyway, so we start with them.
Who was going?
They plan to go because it's too distressed. She has practicals tomorrow. Yeah, read. The sermon at Banaras.
Gautam Buddha began life as a prince named Siddhartha Gautama in Nadia. At 12, he was sent away for schooling in Hindu sacred scriptures and 4 years. And
4 years later,
4 years later, he returned home to
उसके बाद
okay.
what is now?
Can I ask Monica to read? Okay.
Gautam Buddha, 563 BC to 483 BC.
Everyone should laugh. Why? Huh? No, she asked, why is Sanika reading and not she reading? So,
I said what happened to her, which हो गया. Began life as a prince named Siddhartha Gautama. In another
Siddharth Gautama.
At 12, he was sent away for schooling in the Hindu sacred scriptures, and 4 years later, he returned home to marry a princess. They had a son and lived for 10 years as befitted royalty. At about the age of 25, the prince, heretofore shielded from the sufferings of the world, while out hunting, chanced upon a sick man, then an aged man, then a funeral procession, and finally a monk begging for alms. These sights so moved him that he at once went out into the world to seek enlightenment concerning the sorrows he had witnessed. He wandered for 7 years and finally sat down under a peepal tree, where he vowed to stay until enlightenment came. Enlightened after 7 days, he renamed the tree the Bodhi tree, the tree of wisdom, and began to teach and share his new understanding. At that point, he became known as the Buddha, the awakened or the enlightened. The Buddha preached his first sermon, the city of Banaras, most holy of the dipping places in the river Ganges. That sermon has been preserved and is given here. It reflects the Buddha's wisdom and one inscrutable kind of suffering. Kisa Gautami had an only son, and he died. In her grief, she carried the dead child to all her neighbors, asking them for medicine. And the people said, she has lost her senses. The boy is dead. At length, Gautami met a man who replied to her request. I cannot give three medicine for
I
thy
cannot give thee.
I cannot give thee medicine for thy age, but I know a physician who can.
But know a physician who can. You understood the story so far. There is nothing great to explain. See, now you understood Gautam Buddha. What was his previous name? Okay. And then he was a royal. And what four sides did he see before he decided to renounce?
Funeral procession.
Go in the order. Old. Yeah. An aged man,
Sick man and
sick man, aged man,
procession and a monk.
sick man, aged man,
Funeral
funeral procession, and a monk. Okay. And then he was so moved by all the sorrow, he decided to renounce. How many years did he roam around? Wandered 7 years. Now remember the 7 number is common for him. He wandered for 7 years. Then he decided to sit under the people tree and decided to meditate till he got the answers.
For the 7 days. Did he
Again, on the
7
7th day, he got the answer.
Achha.
Okay. The tree was named as Bodhi. He was called Buddha. What does Buddha mean? Awakened or the enlightened. Now, he decided to pass on this knowledge to others. So he gave his first sermon where Holy City of Banaras. Now, this story, Kisa Gautami, is a story that he told people to explain his teaching. Okay, now there are different teachings, right? So one of the teachings is this. Okay, so this is the story that he told about Kisa Gautami to people.
But yes, this incident of Kisa Gautami was not real. He just told it because he wanted to.
Yeah, we don't know whether it is real or no, because many times they take a part of it may be real, but then part of it may not be, or this must have been his experience. So he, in this 7 years, whatever experiences he gained, tried to weave them in a story form and tell his preachings. Okay. So, he talks about Kisa Gautami who had only son who had died.
And the girl said, pray tell me, sir, who is it? And the man replied, Guru Satyabhi and Buddha. Kisa Gautami replied to the Buddha and cried, Lord and Master, give me the medicine that will cure my boy. The Buddha answered, I want a handful of mustard seed. And when the girl in her joy promised to procure it, the Buddha added, the mustard seed must be taken from a house where no one has lost a child, husband, parent, or friend. Poor Kisa Gautami now went from house to house, and the people pitied her and said, Here is mustard seed, take it. But when she asked this, did a son or daughter, a father or mother die in your family? The answer is, alas, the living are few, but the dead are many. Do not remind us of our latest days, and there was no house but some beloved one had heaven. Kisa Gautami became weary and hopeless and sat down at the wayside watching the lights of the city as they flickered up and were extinguished again. At last the darkness of the night reigned everywhere, and she considered the fate of men that their lives flicker up and are extinguished again. And she thought to herself, how selfish am I indeed. Death is common to all. Yet in this valley of desolation, there is a path that leads him to immortality, who has surrendered all selfishness. So, Kisa Gautami went from place to place to get the medicine for her dead son. Then somebody told her to go and meet Sakyamuni, he might help. Sakyamuni was this Gautam Buddha. What solution did Gautam Buddha told her? He asked her to get some mustard seeds. But from that house,
where nobody had ever died. Not mother, not father, not children, nothing. So she thought, oh, very easy. She went house to house asking for mustard seed. They gave her the mustard seed, but the minute she said, had anyone ever died in your family? They said, yes, there are many, living are few. And after a long time, she could not find a single home where no one had ever died. So she sat there, desolate, hopeless.
She saw the light flickering on and off.
Yeah, and she kept watching. Yes.
That light, there is common for all.
For all.
People common.
Yeah, and our light too is there and flickers finally and extinguishes. And she says,
Outside times.
yeah, that she was being very selfish in her grief to think that she wants her son back. She says that only immortality, one can only become immortal if they surrender their selfishness, all their selfishness. Is it possible? No. It's impossible for human beings. And therefore, we are not immortal. We are all mortals. Read. That's a wish.
The Buddha said, the life of mortals in this world is troubled and grief and combined with pain, for there is not anything by which those that have been born can avoid time. After reaching old age, there is death of such a nature are living beings. As right roots are early in danger of falling, so mortals when born are always in danger of death. As all other the vessels made by the water end in being broken, so is the life of mortals. Both young and adult, both those who are fools and those who are wise, all fall into the power of death. All are subject to death. Of those who overcome by death,
Depart from life.
a father cannot save his son, nor instrument their relations. Mark, while creators are looking on and
Lamenting.
deeply, one by one mortals are carried off, like an ox that is led to the slaughter. So the world is afflicted with death and decay. Therefore the wise do not weep, knowing the terms of the world, not from weeping, not from grieving, will anyone obtain peace of mind. On the contrary, his pain will be the greater and his body will suffer. He will make himself sick and vain, yet the dead are not saved by his lamentation.
Lamentation is to cry a lot.
Ma'am, this is the natural, this is the human nature, right? Like in grief, we all cry. So like this is
Now, what he's saying is, don't go on crying. Don't go on lamenting that, oh, I don't have, I've lost him, I lost him. It is a rule of nature. The one who's born will die. As you age, you will die.
But then-
Nobody can escape. So the more you grieve, the more pain you will give to yourself. The more you accept the fact, the more at peace you will.
But then here I heard grief was a bit different because here Gautam Buddha himself said that by which those that have been born can avoid dying after reaching old age. There is a death. But then her child is very young to die. So that grief is something different being a mother. And that cannot be compared to like
An old man's house. I completely understand.
and she's actually thinking how selfish am I in this grief. But this is not selfishness, right?
Gautam Buddha, who left his 10-year-old child alone.
It's very selfish.
There are even even the son who's dead.
Her mother
And
selfish.
somebody said there, how come
Like, of course, he had his own personal reasons of finding answers for and then going.
How come you can't find answers by
Exactly. Like, if it is,
why do you have to renounce responsibility?
exactly like karma is always this. Why? It's always like that when you are married, that is your mate, the karma, that is your karma. So you will have to do it. That is your responsibility. So you can't leave your responsibility for just getting answers. Meditation to हम being married also कर सकते हैं. and you can get answers for that. You can go to a guru being married. But then calling a mother who has lost her child at such a young age, and like like the mother herself is thinking that how selfish Rama is not like accepted.
Why it's not they calling herself selfish? She doesn't, she cannot get her. See, she was being
It's not
selfish
that
because,
deep.
yes,
It's
yes,
not that.
That
It's
has
not that deep.
Others,
it is that deep. It's not that deep. It is a sermon.
Still, it's just a
The
story.
thing is,
friends in our field में हमने कितना deep से जाना है.
हाँ, so good answer.
here, see here, he cannot tell the mother keep on crying. She has to learn that it's a way of nature. He fell sick, probably the child fell sick and he died. Probably he had only that short lifespan.
But she did both of her had a child.
Huh?
Medicine.
After 4 years, he got married at 16. He was 16, 17. That was the age when he would get married in those days.
So getting married so early, having
They had a son and lived for 10 years as reputed royalty. And at about age of 25, the prince, at age of 25 बाद में आया था और सन से 15 साल पे होगा. उसके बाद 10 साल के बाद 25 years.
It's not exact calculation, but joking. It was a general thing. Don't make this such exact calculation. But people used to get married at that young
also
age.
like getting married at such a young age, having a son and then leaving just for getting answers is
Not
that
just
selfish?
life too.
So meditating and
Ma'am, it is selfish, ma'am.
It is selfish. I'm not
It
denying.
is selfish because many other people face the same problem and they are not whining about it. It's not that that particular person is special, that they have the privilege to go to a spiritual head and then ask to give the child back. Not everybody has the same privilege, so they are doing something which is selfish. Gautam Buddha is right. It's not that deep.
right क्या गौतम को
देख रहे हैं सोच हाँ.
The story is correct. She is selfish here.
Your mindset.
He's saying Gautam Buddha was
selfish.
selfish.
Yeah.
He left his family to find his.
Even if you find answers, you can come back to your family and not stay as a monk for the whole life. Leaving your family behind is waiting for you.
Not everybody does that. It's not real life. It's not modern life. In ancient times, this used to happen a lot. It's normal for them.
See, it is
There's a thing
difficult.
called
It is difficult to lead a married life than.
there's a thing called asceticism. Something like that.
Easy.
That is what you can running with the responsible running of your
They were royal. It does not matter to them. They were royal family. They could manage pretty easily without him.
Even the royal family children, royal family need parents, right?
Yeah. Others you belong to Ambani or some footpath.
that is not good.
Yeah, I'm so sorry for that.
But even if you're Ambani or from
But your
footpath,
parents
you
are
need.
responsible for you.
Yeah. Whether you're Ambani or from a poor family.
We are talking about Gautam Buddha here, not Ambani. He is a prince. He is a prince who left his family. Then they are a princess. They are royal command. They are taught to deal with this type of things. It is not deep. It is not a real life.
You don't understand anything.
Why argue with what is going on? They didn't say anything about the princess missing their family. They didn't say anything. Gautam Buddha didn't say anything about him missing his family. Why are you upset?
What they are saying is not wrong. So you used to run, to leave your family to find answers, being the cause of sadness,
Exactly.
and then going and looking for the answers.
Yours is that is something.
Answers to that.
So then that's selfish too, in a way. If you think about it, it just causes a paradox, right? If you cannot find the knowledge to spread to other people who don't have it, then what's the, like, it doesn't make sense either way. If you're trying to find a fault in Gautam Buddha, there's a paradox in every way you think about it then.
See, in place of Gautam Buddha, had it been Gautam Buddha's wife, she would have been blamed, she would have been
Of course,
called
this story
lame,
would
she
have
would have
been
been
taking this story if it would have been
Otherwise, it would have been his wife.
she would have been sent Mirabai. We
Of
India
course,
today, but in her time, she had to face all kinds of criticisms.
Bhakti, but then at that time, even after her husband died, she was defamed, being a widow. How can you go and like worship some? So like,
So if a
very
man
good
does, a man does his
that's taking this Gyani wala way.
This, ma'am, this happened in an age where everybody was out looking for answers.
Take the way.
So this was normal.
Wait. You tell me,
तेरा आंसर गलत है आयुषी.
just
No, see, in every age, it is not normal. In every age, it is abnormal. Does anybody talk about our Prime Minister's wife?
You murder
No, I cannot say a word about the Prime Minister, but then.
Our Prime Minister does not have a wife. That's a very good example.
He's the prime minister. Exactly. Like leaving a family for happy.
He too left his wife, right? Hello, hey, go check out the record. We are not talking about bigger. Okay. Only 1 minute left. Should we go ahead?
Basically, ma'am, यही है.
We didn't let him read the last para.
left her right.
Easy.
Last para. Not from weeping, not from grieving will anyone obtain peace of mind.
Not from weeping will anyone obtain peace of mind. On the contrary, his pain will be the failure and his body will suffer. He will make himself
Can't did it and review all the time.
he who sees peace should go out the arrow of the question.
And
He who has drawn out the arrow and has become composed will obtain my peace of peace of mind.
he who has overcome all the sorrow,
Free from sorrow and
be blessed. What is your doubt? I'll give you a 5 minutes agega, don't worry.
You know, easy thing, ma'am. Why to get even married or why to fall in love when you know that you're not going to take responsibilities of that?
I'll try to have a son if you don't. If you
What?
know that you're going to leave him alone. And I don't know what it is.
Being a father leaving your son, being a husband leaving your wife, and then calling other
He's a king.
Others
He's a king. They're royal people. They can manage pretty good.
किंग मतलब ये नहीं आदर्श के उसे full liberty मिल जाए कुछ भी करने का.
I mean, he gets the liberty to do whatever he wants. He's the king, hey Rajveer?
वो पक्का था किसके प्रैक्टिकल साइंस मैथ्स सॉरी साइंस हमारा प्रैक्टिकल भी है नहीं पता हमारा बोर्ड के पहले ही हमारे विचार वो तुम्हें एक्सपेरिमेंट करना हाँ और बात ये मुझे भी बहुत लिखना टाइप कर चलो बाय थैंक यू
Physical restaurant को rank किया जाए तो first, second, third, projecting.
ये बुक लेके जाएगी, मैंने कहीं पढ़ाई की है। ये कहाँ है? ये सब्जेक्ट क्या है?
मितुली का मेरे को मालूम है।
हाँ ठीक है ठीक है।
सर वो बहुत बात कर रहे थे इसलिए उसको म्यूट कर दिया।
उसको अनम्यूट करना करना बहुत ज्यादा बोलता है।
और वो हर चीज है।
आर्ग्यू कर रहे हो
किधर अनम्यूट किए? अनम्यूट किधर किए? इधर तो चालू है।
हाँ नीचे आ।
You have this? तब क्या? भाई आगे वाली इंग्लिश में कुछ नहीं। बहुत गलत। 17 आया मेरे को नाटी लेकर।
अभी
आले।
काल इंग्लिश से
काका माझी इकॉनॉमिक्स
इथे
बुक
check
वाली है।
हाँ?
इकॉनॉमिक्स की बुक है वाली।
इकोनॉमिक की
उसका
दोनों बुक
टेक्स्ट बुक नहीं है।
ब्रेक है क्या?
एक मुंह से नहीं निकलना चाहिए।
सुनना बोलना। मैंने इतने सारे टेस्ट कभी भी मुझे समझ नहीं आ रहा। आजकल तो आप ना सुन रहे हैं। मैं आजकल गाना एकदम चालू हो रहा है। सारे काम चालू हो रहा है। हमें तो सीखा एक जो एक से मीठी का नहीं रखते।
हाय दुबे। अरे
क्या?
हाँ, तुझे पता है कितने आए मैथ्स में? कितने आए दुबे? 49.5।
वही था।
यही आएगा 49.5। मेहनत कर मेहनत। कल पूरी क्लास के सामने तेरी
तेरे का नाम होगा गिनने?
ठीक है।
कल पूरी क्लास
ऑरेंज पेन में लेना से लीटर पेंस
सर देखो परेशान कर रही है।
कैंसिल के लिए
आंध्र से बीच के लिए माझा सीनियर रोड
कितने नहीं क्लिक कर तेरा टॉपर इससे नाम निकल गया।
मैंने 2 टेस्ट दिए इस महीने।
परेशान कर रही है सर, ये सब छू रही है सर।
हाँ,
अश्मिका है तेरा नहीं।
तो मैं क्या करूँ उसके नाम बोला था।
मेरा नाम है
अरे मेरा नाम 2 बार 2 मेरे को 2 में सुना है ऐसे क्या आया?
इससे
2 में सुना है मेरे को ये
सर इसने
गलत।
छुआ, माउस माउस छुआ सर इसने।
हाँ? ज्यादा बोल रहा है, ज्यादा बोल रहा है। 9.5 इतने टट्टी से पेपर पे तो 49.5 लाता ले। सीरियसली इतना इतना डाउनफॉल
मैंने
है।
तुझे म्यूट किया है भाई मुझे आवाज नहीं आ रही है।
ओह मेरे को म्यूट किया है। तेरे को म्यूट नहीं किया है। मेरे को इसकी आवाज क्यों आ रही है?
आवाज नहीं आ रही है।
जिंदगी में अगर तुम साथ हो मेरा तो ये सब अगर साथ हो
आज मतलब प्रोजेक्ट सब बता रही हूँ बेसिक से हमारी आदत से रहती है।
उधर है कितनी का खाना खेले हो
टॉप ऑन चार्ट्स।
ऐसे को अलगा आपको कहने अलगा अपने को अलग से अलगा अपने का और अलगा अपनी ये होता है स्टेट कहानी ऐसा नहीं हो आपने को हाँ हाँ सीरियसली वो ज्यादा वो हेडफोन स्टेट कहानी
Why is my network not working यार?
जो लगता है इधर काम कर रहा है और मतलब गाना अच्छा थोड़ा सा डाल लेता है ठीक है मैंने अगर हम ऑफिस कर रहे हैं आज शाम को गेस्ट आने वाले हैं तो कब मुझे उनके सामने गाने सुनने की कैसे कोई भी आता है ना बोलते नहीं, कुछ बोलती है, मुझे कुछ नहीं आता। कुछ नहीं ना, ड्राइंग आता है, पढ़ाई आती है, डांस आता है, कुछ नहीं आता मुझे, बस बोल रहा है। मैं निर्जारा हूँ। ये लोग आते हैं ना, तो मैं घर पे लोग बैठते हैं, नमस्ते आंटी, नमस्ते करके घर पे बैठो भाई। क्या और मैं तभी उसी टाइम पढ़ने बैठती हूँ। बहुत सारे तो बताओगे। हाँ, मेरा फेवरेट सॉन्ग।
Huh?
मेरा फेवरेट।
Do I have a favorite song?
Not English.
I don't listen to English song. Means I listen to English song, but not.
What is it?
Yeah. So, there are many actually, so I cannot just pinpoint one.
Like one nice song we can sing.
You want to sing now? First do the answers. Unmute कर चल.
At the end of the
साढ़े
Yeah.
29. Unmute कर. I like that hour जब
What are you doing, Aishi?
I'm
You are
troubling you.
not at school.
No, I'm
You're
not.
supposed to be studying.
हाँ
और
आता है वो
और
कैसे चलता
that's okay. I like any of those. What's his name?
है इसमें
Arjit Singh.
अभी हम वही कर रहे थे और
You're giving me that lunch back. And would take over. And
Yes.
correct it.
Chewing gum. You sit here and eat chewing gum when I'm teaching. No way.
But they will not eat.
No, ma'am, not eat.
Right? Oh, very bad.
अच्छा अरे वाह ये गाना किधर
And look, I'm teaching, and you're sitting and doing that.
अब तो और देखिएगा ये चैप्टर इतनी कंट्रोवर्शियल की मजा आ गया आई लव दिस चैप्टर्स व्हेन आई थिंक ग्रेट
What is controversial?
this person was literally
Ma'am, it is the perfect chapter, ma'am. गलत कुछ नहीं दिया है इसमें.
It's just a perfect mindset that he has based on this chapter, related to this chapter. And we have a very controversial mindset towards this chapter.
of course controversial
We do. And we do not like Gautam Buddha for this reason.
no hey
We like Gautam Buddha for this reason. And not like Gautam Buddha for this.
Yeah.
क्या
calling
क्या
him whatever.
We respect
Discussion
for
क्या
his
चल रहा है?
enlightenment,
Yeah, of
but
course.
we don't
then we-
like what he did.
हाँ.
Okay.
But there's a like what he didn't, what these people don't like, what he did. Because of that only he discovered enlightenment, right?
No.
So there's like a connection, there's a link.
Ma'am, very
I
clear.
want to say
For me.
I want to say something. This is not good.
Let's first do few.
This was so important that Mirabai was so defamed just because of this reasons, and just because she was a woman, she was defamed by Gautam Buddha being a man and leaving her his whole life and all family behind. He was famed. Like,
Was prayed like that's not for God.
What?
it's
What
not-
are they saying,
That's
ma'am?
not what did he say? He was like कि ए आदर्श ने क्या बोला?
मैं पूछ रहा हूँ कि तुम लोग क्या बोल रहे हो.
नहीं, he said something. I mean, he was like he gained an enlightenment just because he left his family. Very clear, ma'am. If you want to be successful, it's not always necessary that you have to leave your relationships behind. तुम्हें अगर बैलेंस करना आता है तो तुम रहो रिलेशनशिप में एनी टाइप ऑफ रिलेशनशिप
That's a different thing. We are talking about Gautam Buddha here. We are not talking about modern life.
yeah.
It is something that is already passed away. और हम लोग उस हिसाब से सोच रहे हैं that अगर वो लिंक चीजें नहीं होती तो चीजें लिंक नहीं होती है. Think logically.
Chalo, now let's do the question answer. I gave you enough time to discuss.
It was fun.
When her son died, Isa Gautami goes from house to house. What does she ask for? Handful of mustard seed. Okay. Does she get it?
No.
Why not?
It should be medicine, right?
Because everyone in their family were like,
Because summers now he started given person at that family time. because the Buddha had asked her to bring like a handful of mustard seeds from her house where nobody of their religions or nothing of God had died. But when she went to ask so, everybody, some or the other person from the family had died, and she came to retrieve the.
She went to all her neighbors. She went all to all her neighbors. She went to all her neighbors to ask for the medicine. And house to house, the textbook says is for
Medicine.
house to house, the textbook says is for mustard seed. She went to all her neighbors to ask for medicine. So this will become a very conflicting question.
Here it's medicine. And new book.
When her son died, house to house, medicine. Yeah. This is not my rental.
website है तुम सारे
Then from that Gurdwara, na ma'am?
CBSE वाले website तो भाई अचानक
मैम
से
द टेल ऑफ अ कस्टर्ड ऑफ मैम वो कस्टर्ड द ड्रैगन नहीं आ रहा
Sorry.
मैम द टेल ऑफ कस्टर्ड द ड्रैगन
The tale of custard the dragon we were going to do, but Sanika kept saying that her teacher has said that it's been that's cancelled. It has been
मैम
cancelled.
मैम चेक करो ना एक बार क्योंकि कंफर्म
I'll share. In other classes, nobody told me.
if मैं दो ही बात से लिखूं बेटा मैं इस बात पे लिखूंगा
So how many chapters have been cancelled if that's what she's saying? How many chapters might have been cancelled then?
No, if you have if you have a new textbook, you have all the textbooks. I 1 minute. If you have a new textbook, all the chapters, the deleted chapters are being deleted from your textbook. See, I have an old textbook. And there are some extra chapters here. So the new textbook has all the delete. They have deleted
So-
the new.
So Tale of Custard the Dragon is there in the new book or it's not there?
There in the new book. It is there in the new book. But I will take. I'll wait.
The last time not today, yesterday, tomorrow.
time machine
Yeah, so you again check with your teacher because I've already taught in other classes. You check with your
एक
teacher.
बार तुम्हें बात तो जाके कर बोल तो इस निकालने बोला था क्यों
मैं जेम्स को बात तो की थी तेरे साथ
मेरा जैसे फालतूगिरी भी कोई कर सकता है
अब
चाहे ठीक है
वायरल होगी
तो यार
It's not all compared with like. Where is it? What?
I get there size सेम है मैंने क्या बोला था मेरे पास
पुस्तक को बताइए
ये बस है सब लोग है लोग
ड्राइविंग वाला है
आप है
तो स्कूल ना वो वही बना है यार This signifies visually also.
वो signifies होता है
भी आता है बाकी के लास्ट ईयर के जो
You know what? This answer. On some charges, they say that what happened to Pisa Gautami's son? He died at a
very
young age. And what did she ask her neighbors to give her? She asked for medicine. Then there is another question. Or when her son dies, Pisa Gautami goes from house to house. What does she ask for? In my opinion, please write full. When her son died at a very young age, Pisa Gautami went to her neighbors asking for medicine, and she did not get it. She met Gautam Buddha on his recommendation. She went from house to house asking for a handful of mustard seeds. But she wanted those mustard seeds from a house where no one had ever died. So you write both the forms. Okay? See, in the first part, I said that she went from to neighbors, every neighbor asking for medicine. She could not, nobody could give her that. So here, because It's a very conflicting question. Mention both the things. First she went to her neighbors, asked for medicines, could not get. Then on Gautam Buddha's recommendation, went house to house asking for mustard seeds. But she wanted mustard seeds from a house where no one had ever done. Okay? Remember that. Please mention both. Nobody should say, no, this is the answer or that is the answer. Got it? Others?
Or is this a poem?
Yes, that's a ballad.
Yes, yes, yes.
A poem. 3 page comes.
Okay.
That's all we get.
No, it's a very nice poem. You must read it. It's a very nice poem. One of my washroom.
Who is Benson?
Why do you think Isabel understood this only the second time and what was the understand?
Because she finally had a realization of herself that she was trying to bring this thing of it back from the doors of death.
From your bra. ऐसे चीजें हमें एग्जाम में भी आते हैं
From Yamraj पढ़ने में ठीक है
इसका क्या लिखा था
वही right
पेपर नेक्स्ट अब मैंने
friends के हाँ friends
से पूरा चलो लोगों को पीछे ऐसे सोचो ना फिर उसके बॉक्स में
जैकेट ना वही जैकेट पता है तो जैकेट कैसे रखा हुआ है पता है ऐसे कोई जैकेट है ना वो होती है
Hey, tell me the next answer. Why does Kisagautami
so तो जैकेट हो गई
what does Kisagautami understand the second time that she failed to understand the first time?
आपको फीलिंग
What does she understand?
she understands that we all are mortal person वही मतलब जन्म लिया तो मरना में those things
So, see, the answer is on page 134, second last paragraph. The second time she realized that it is a fate of men that death is common to all, and there is pain that leads to immortality. That a man's life will flicker up and extinguish. That a man's life will flicker up and extinguish, and death. Hanu, you are writing the answer. Death is common to all.
give me one page take the page
हार्डवेयर में सब ज्यादा एक्सपर्ट के लिए नहीं आ रहा है उसी पेज
मैं बनती हूँ
yeah
oh wow
Yeah. I'll give you two questions.
मैं तेरे जॉब पीस में the question so what are we doing now for someone and bananas?
घर जा रहे थे समय क्यों होगा
Not having to SWOT analysis.
they how you have to join
They go. It won't make sense with having good body, so they don't have much. They don't know.
क्या है तुम देख वो कोई भी ऊपर कैसा या तो ये कहते हैं ये देख ये बड़ा
Just focus on what we are doing now, you know? I feel it was quite done. No, sorry, no shed roof now, let's see that shed roof now.
We gather here from
Far and near,
we learn to lead through.
every beat.
We are the world.
We are the world citizens.
Proud to be.
And what we
We are the world. We march ahead.
heart see
Our merit will win.
indeed
Heart within.
and God ordained.
Our motto is to.
Go ahead.
We are the world. We are the world. Proud to be.
How to wait here.
Proud to be.
I was never properly not feeling good. Yeah, I was. I am.
एकदम last वाला. Proud to be here.
Are you कैसे proud है? अच्छा लगे गाने सीखने में. And that जन्मदिन होता है किस होते तो मेरा नाम लिया था पहले हाँ बहुत आयुषी
ये गाना तो हमारे को फेवरेट.
संस्कृत में हैप्पी बर्थडे आज पता चला
पुण्य कर्मणा कीर्ति करते. क्या? बहुत तो साथ नारे का वो पेन लिख के मारती. इससे चाहिए.
ये वो भी है ना वो बहुत बड़ा से हाथ तो बोलते हैं
मामा आपको पता है.
हमको नहीं पता.
नहीं.
वो आपको अंदर बहुत अच्छा लगता है.
अच्छा गाती है
ऐसा पेन लिख के मारो. इधर से चाहिए इधर से लिखेगा.
जिसका आना फीचर
भाई वो क्या गाती है. आई स्वेयर वो कोई दिन वीडियो वायरल कर रहा है तो वो गा रही है.
ऐसे अंतरा में मेरी प्यार
First answer you can write. Second answer we discuss.
मैंने उसे भी डिसाइड कर लिया था.
I won't tell any answers please
Of course I will tell.
I won't tell us to do.
I will. I said. I will tell the answer.
people are dependent upon that
Yeah.
I'm not talking
And I'm here to discuss the answer and tell the answer.
actually I'm not talking about Rajvi Santa
See, you are easy to not.
अगर दाशनी है ना करावे से अगर
Okay. अगर तुम साथ. Okay.
that's
आपको समझा से क्या होगा.
बराबर.
उसने बोला था नहीं होगा तो
हाँ भाई. चलते ऐसी क्लास में के गाइड आगे चले very liberal. I will be even asked to tell the like थोड़ा सा Thank you. Oh, they would ask to their
Mommy was sports teacher. Asked that. We have.
Right answer. Right answer. Right answer. That we discuss later in the right answer.
What work which types of.
Where is your friend? Apart from me. Vaishnavi has not been coming and then yeah. Why Vaishnavi is not been coming?
She was same friend school. But तुम्हें practical survey कैसे करोगे?
करेंगे HCO लेने वाला चीज करेंगे
कि आपने mix करना वही तो बताना चाहिए वो बाकी वो science के बारे में क्या करेंगे?
that's so fun हम तो उसी का आते हैं
वो तो basic तो होगा।
when we are proud to be
और
right
and we march ahead to succeed. Yes. Are very simple indeed.
and our
I
school life principal
what and after is so good.
and then we'll see a rope tied on our waist they are very much behind
We are.
Right answers. Right answers.
Gautama, I know, Gautama was a friend who was defeated with biology and never knew about sorrow until he was wandering hunting around somewhere.
Until he saw the four signs that shocked and moved him. The four signs were.
Grandfather decided to leave his son.
Ari, now enough. Now write the answer.
इसके आंसर में
It's been done. You cannot do anything now.
इसका भी crime partner
Yeah, it's got made exams, no? Oh, thanks to you.
Thanks.
See.
अगर भी exam अपने shop में जो create and
Body.
मेरे सारे के
That's the look you were having.
Now, right, I want to discuss the second answer.
Mom, is there a word? Sighted.
Cited.
context में बहुत चीज he cited लिख तो सही
Like, when he was out hunting, he sighted.
समझा मुझे क्या लिखेगा
Like, until the day when he was out hunting and sighted four.
He cited an old man, then wrote died for. Go on, mention it. Yes, move it.
If we pronounce child, why don't we pronounce childhood? Should I to pronounce?
Because,
yeah question
Question?
yeah, because it ends at child, you know, so CH gets pronounced as
चिड़ बोलेगा here चिड़
But
how are you
actually, there are, that is how local people pronounce.
Why?
child बोल सकते हैं चिड़ बोल सकते हैं चिड़ और
तो child से भी नहीं बोलते
child बोल सकते हैं
तो बोलने में अच्छा लगता है उसका मतलब थोड़ी है
Child
child
pronounce
करे
Rajvi है Rajvi अगर अपने को बोले Rajvi वो चीजें में ना
राजवीर भी बोलते हैं राजवीर
Rajvi
राजवीर
स्पेसिफिक नहीं है जो कॉमन है
नहीं
कॉमन है
नहीं
Children common नहीं
No.
तो क्या होगा pronunciation तो उसका ही है
मतलब properly pronounce कर सकते हैं common name से specific pronunciation होता है
मेरा तो और भी बहुत
मेरा
बड़ा
I-
हो सकता है
Done? First one, should we write the second one? Why did Lisa Gautami think that she was selfish in her belief?
Ma'am, I can send it.
Yeah, first tell me the answer. So I'll know you are on the right track. Yes.
He cited a sick man, then an aged man, then a villain musician, and finally a mouse pregnant for then what did he decide to? Then
We decided to find
find the concerns and sorrows that we have.
the answer. Yeah, reason. And in order to find the answer, he went, wandered for 7 years.
He went to
He left house, wandered for 7 years.
He went over and There's a phrase.
Ma'am, this is my answer correct. Gautama was a prince who was befriended with royalty and never knew about sorrow until the day when he was out hunting and sighted an old man, a sick man, a funeral procession, and a monk. He was so moved that
It's not a monk, it's a monk.
and a monk. He was so moved that he went out into the world to seek enlightenment and wandered for 7 years, leaving his son and wife alone.
Okay. Now the second one. Why did Lisa Gautami think that she was selfish in her grief?
She did not know what to do.
Why did Lisa Gautami think she was selfish in her grief? Lisa Gautami was full of grief after her son died, after her only son died. And felt hopeless when she could not revive him.
Minecraft and YouTube.
Finally, she realized.
Finally, she
realized that she had been very selfish in her grief. Since death spared none. One who is born is destined to die sooner or later. One who is born is destined to die sooner or later. No grieving or lamenting would bring. No grieving or lamenting would bring a dead man to life. No
I think
grieving.
if she asked me like,
Okay.
they did use the mustard. Why?
कहाँ?
Lamenting would bring a dead
हाँ,
body.
अभी
More
मैंने
likely जब
वो
है।
see it as
बस आपकी mustard खाती है।
अरे but you couldn't find in your family. Your family consists of your mother's mother. There is तो यही है.
मतलब जहाँ तक भी चाहिए
Very fun, right?
वो आपका family तो बात है। तो मेरी जब
और lamenting.
husband wife she could have
Would
been
bring a dead man to life.
could have been part of it. She would have asked a small child जिसके मम्मी पापा दोस्त नहीं बने उसका हस्बैंड था और दोस्त बने
You can take you walk it.
Ma'am, no briefing on lamenting would bring a dead man back.
Yes. But ma'am, when she realized that she was being selfish and troubling others in her grief.
Oye, Shri Krishna की बुआ की
I just imagine the story in another perspective.
Sorry?
I just imagine the story in another
कृष्ण
perspective.
की बुआ कौन थी?
Gautam would never said that her grief was selfish.
Yeah.
She herself
What
thought that her grief was selfish. That she was, it was Kisa Gautam, he never got
श्री
into
कृष्ण के काफी मसले है.
he never said that Kisa Gautam.
Original father की
I imagine the story there for his perspective.
मैं समझ वासुदेव
Now we are.
वासुदेव
हाँ.
Who's Vasudev? Who's Vasudev?
I would say उसके 100 बैल क्या माफ करने का तो बता दिया.
हाँ और उसने इंद्रप्रस्थ में मारा था उसको इंद्रप्रस्थ की आखिरी चरित्र की वो युधिष्ठिर के छोर पे जाके बैठ गया इंद्रप्रस्थ.
Okay.
हाँ
Why did Isa Goswami understand the message given by Buddha only the second time? In what way did Buddha change her understanding?
आप लोगों को इनाफ को डायरेक्ट पर पर्सन पुलिस फ्रॉम हमारा
What?
और स्कूल के लिए बन रहे हैं जो महाभारत है तो हम पानी पानी
Gandhari.
वो गांधारी
Gandhari, na?
Gandhari है, Gandhari कौन है?
Gandhari is the side post.
से बात
को देखा
हाँ, उसे गदा हुआ था. That was small.
सो गांधारी
Sadly.
Now this is a brief answer, huh?
which
Message given by Buddha.
But
Isa Goswami had lost her only son.
wait, this is this third one answer, no?
Yeah, third one answer. You know what? Should I give this answer in points, the first part?
Yes.
Because you will be able to write. You have to write the whole thing. Isa Goswami lost her son. Asked neighbors. Medicine. Dash went to Gautam Buddha. Went to Buddha. To cure her son. You understood no why I am giving this? All the story you know. So I don't want for the cure. Then write the sentence. Buddha felt that she needed to be enlightened. The Buddha felt that she needed to be enlightened. Let's see here. Let's
Play Minecraft now.
Adarsh, can you hear whatever I am dictating?
Yes.
The Buddha felt that she needed to be enlightened about the truth of life. That is, death and sorrow are inseparable. He could see that, oh sorry, am I too fast? He could see that truth of life that death and sorrow are inseparable. Death and sorrow are, yeah, one minute, let me finish. He could see that grief had blinded her. And it would be difficult for her to accept the truth. He could see that grief had blinded her. and it would be difficult for her to accept the truth. To accept the truth. Huh? Now, write on the next part. Huh?
मैम मैंने सुना कि 6 मंथ के आंसर बस कॉम्पिटेंसी बेस्ड है लाइक दो चैप्टर को क्लब करके या फिर डायरी राइटिंग में करके क्या फायदा है सीखने
But more or less you will take the content यहीं से compare करने के लिए इसलिए I'll just give again in points. Buddha told, now again second paragraph, Buddha told, must procure mustard seeds. Buddha told, get mustard seeds. That Buddha told dash, get mustard seeds. You know, right? कहाँ से लाना है और that. So I'll not explain the whole thing.
Okay, no dead first.
Yeah. None had that. So you write that.
In India.
Isa went door to door.
Go to the house to house. Go.
Realized.
Really less people.
No house where no one had died. And that death is common.
ममता बनर्जी also like
And then you will write that answer. She realized she was being selfish. And all that
when she could not divide him, she finally realized that she had been very selfish with her.
Why? Because that is common. And
People are born with that.
yeah,
Because I'm mortal in the
yeah, all those who are born will die. वो लिखने के बाद
I saw the story from the things that make it so that working with the mother said that she was
and the last line you write. Okay, last line I did. Gautam gave her Buddha or whatever. Buddha gave her examples of. You're understanding, right? What I'm saying. I'm not dictating the whole thing because Buddha gave her examples of ripe fruits, ripe fruits, and earthen vessels. Last part of this. Buddha gave her examples of ripe fruits and earthen vessels. Whose lives are short. It's written no in the third. See first para. As ripe fruits are in early danger of falling and mortals are born are always. First para mein got the first para, third line. First para on page 155. This other vessels whose lives are short, This way he made her realize that death is unavoidable and that death is unavoidable. Made her realize that death is unavoidable. And even when near and dear ones cannot save anyone from death. Cannot save one from death.
We just have one tail in our situation that Satya and we have that baby now Sabitaki Savitri.
Savitri.
She
Satyavan and Savitri.
she took back her husband from Yavraj. We just only have one tail.
No. But the Savitri.
Yeah, you have one waiting to say. There is a that's my Devi ne
That woman.
she was went to Yavraj and took her husband back.
Hence, Gautam Buddha is not this people are.
No.
What they brought, right? Gautam is Purana.
Oh, leave it. Right, right.
भाई मतलब वैसे में हर एक चीज बहुत पढ़ना है बता बीस
Everything is contrast.
सावित्री भी बहुत बीसी का है ना सब लोग बीसी हाँ
Do we have time? It's 20. So we still have 15 minutes.
Yes, we can do time.
No, we can't do time pass.
गप्पे
Debate competition करते हैं उस topics. Two people will debate कौन से करेंगे.
तो ग्रुप बनाते हैं
हाँ, please start.
One minute.
लाइव स्ट्रीम करते हैं
Bolo.
कुछ नहीं करना नहीं
From my day.
Spoken game.
मैम can I just sit down दशा
Dasha?
मैम उसे हमने आपको
Yes. It was released on 12 September.
That is just 2-3 days back.
Yes.
मैम can I sit over here
Not one day.
can I sit over here for another time
That has very each.
So
Very
How was it?
it was very nice. It's thriller. Starting with give information.
Okay.
So in my country place, in every village there is a with point protector. So the mining companies want
Don't tell the story.
just spoil and say
and the look at the Marathi.
मैम can I say excuse me तुम्हारी समझ में आता है
Yes.
ठीक है
Every time we see it. Rani has a game competition each. For the last 20 minutes from for the last 2 minutes.
It's in your Facebook. I didn't read the whole video.
I don't have to wait. Do you want it?
तू सोच ना दूसरे को बता दो खाया जाएगा ये क्या था ये क्या है मेरी आंखें तेरी आंखें नहीं तेरे तेरी है ना तेरी है ना गजरा है गजरा है गजरा तेरे का ऐसा है
जो भी है यार तू कौन सा गाना गा
नजरे नजरे तो क्या होता है
Marathi गाना.
ए रानी मराठी मराठी खूपच छान आहे
मराठी बात करना है.
माझी सर्वात चांगली मैत्रीण पहिली.
Oh.
This Palak is a very common. I don't know who she is, but it's very common one. ये प्रिया के फोन में वो उसने पास तरह से बात कर रहा है.
उसके बोल बात है ये बंदे भी पढ़ के और बोले तू भी पढ़ के और बोले फैक्टर के लिए किस फर्क के बारे में बात करेंगे अरे तूने अभी बोला ना चार यूनिट्स मैंने इसको ट्रांसलेट किया What did we solve here? Analytical paragraph. Very easy. It's all short analysis about subject. मैंने सभी वाला किया वो कोविड वाला किया पाइथन सबसे वही इजी था स्कूल विषय by 20 computers and computer accessories. The government has also people of India which realized running at in India. Write a letter to the editors. This which one did you write? The editors. Neither has that's related to the It's a guy that is a Java secret. So, most of your questions are tense based, huh? Answer. What's the answer for the fourth one, Brahma? Identify the tense in the given sentence. Welcome to the ceremony. Simple present tense. Hey, that group Second, third question. Choose the present perfect tense from the form of the given sentence. The manager shall be on leave. No, present perfect tense. Manager has been on leave. Oh yeah. He's excited. He's excited. The group. It is about the group. So the group is the group of friends. Friends. मगर वो group ना it's a collective noun. So collective noun is singular is is an R excited fast. Yeah, he's excited. He's actually what excited. The group of friends is excited at the prospect of their upcoming adventure. So is excited about the upcoming adventure. होने वाला adventure उसके लिए. Yes, सारे मला दिसत नाही आहे उधर मला काय आहे का अंडी आहेस का हो राजवी तुझं नाव काय आहे स्पोर्ट्स टीचर की इंग्लिश गिव मी अ रेड पेन व्हिच कलर इज रेड अरे सेम थिंग मेरे पुराने स्कूल में 4th ग्रेड में सर बोलते आई हैव They going around circles. Moving around. I have. Excuse. Have you made your notebook? Have you made your notebook? You need to excuse them because they are not to teach. They are not there to teach English. They are there to teach. So it's just humorous. Yeah. So. Ideally, they should be allowed to speak in what they are not. I will call the class teacher. I will call the Swati ma'am. You always see that what happens to you all. But in old school, there was a grammar school. So they give I have so much नाकात में बोलते थी को इनका नाम सामने ना आप वही अरे स्कूल में नाम सर बोलते थे प्रॉब्लम्स बोला गर्ल्स you know that अच्छी में बोलती है ऐसे कोई देखा what great की बात है then he was like वही same red pen वाली बात he was like
Give me a pen of any color, but it should be red. इतना उन्होंने इंग्लिश किया है. Give me a red pen of any color. तो फिर को क्या बोला?
उसको बोला give me a red pen whose color is red.
Wow.
And दूसरा बोला give me a red pen
Of any color.
of any color.
You know, in my native there
Red का pen को ऊपर करके कुछ नहीं रखा है.
There were.
fountain and liquids.
क्या हुआ फिर?
अरे बोला ये जो गोवा में रहते थे मैंने नया घर लिया तो जो घर था ना उसके सामने से रास्ता आ गया तब एक व्यक्ति की रोड के चाहते मौत हो गई तो उसकी जो लाश थी उसे उस घर के जो जमीन थी उसके नीचे दफना दिया तो उसकी वो वहां पे हमेशा चलती थी तो फिर वो मतलब रिलेटिव में एक औरत थी उसके अंदर चली गई वो आत्मा तो वो उसकी वजह से क्या होता था जो उसका बच्चा था उसके ऊपर वो इफेक्ट होता था उसका तो वो बच्चा पागल जैसे करने लगा था और मैं उसे मिला भी था वो मेरे को होगा he was a small baby when I took him he scratched my feet when I went in the
हमारे घर मेरी तो हुआ है.
ये कंप्लीट कर दे and then वो जब उन्होंने हवा मतलब मंदिर वगैरह में they asked about it so they got to know that there's someone negative energy moving around it so they told to put the ash मतलब जो भी चूल्हा वगैरह ash रहती है वो फ्लोर पे डाल दें और रात में उन्हें रेस ऑफ फुटस्टेप्स
होता है वैसे. होता है. अट्रैक्ट होती है एक्सेस पे. मेरी जो हुआ है
तेरी हुआ है
बेटे का मेरी बुआ ने ना कोविड में घर की लगा मेरी को पहली बार बोल रहा है कि सही है वो नाम का रिक्टम मसाला मेरी बुआ ने कोविड में घर की लगा we can have extra 10 minutes of this one I will also हाँ चलेगा हाँ तो
पर 8:30 का शाम.
रात्रि से खेल करे मतलब आपको इसलिए मतलब देखा ये जो बंगला है ना उसके एग्जैक्ट पीछे का एक बंगला है वो खरीदा था मेरी बुआ ने फिर आत्या वाला ढूंढ के लिए समझ में आ रहा है मैं देखी गई थी 2-3 साल पहले उधर इतना रात को खरीदनी है मतलब मैंने वो पूरा मैंने हर एक एपिसोड देखा है उसके बाद का शेवंती वाला घर जो है वो भी है उधर सब कुछ है मतलब एकदम सेट है उधर वो बाथरूम में जा रही थी और वो जो झूला रखा है वो वो अंडर राइट हाँ वो ये ना वो ऐसे करके रात को सोते वक्त मुझे उनकी चप्पल के आवाज आता है उसकी चप्पल
there is something over there वो हमेशा नहीं
और मैं बोलूं मैं नानी का घर है ना कोलकाता में तो इससे एक बांग्लोर है जिसमें 5 साल का घर है मेरा
कोलकाता है तो उसका एक
अरे सुना ये 5 साल का पूरा घर है एंड इट इज नॉट लाइक मतलब छोटा ऐसे स्कूल होता है ना जैसे स्कूल ग्राउंड है तो बीच में ऐसा ग्राउंड नहीं साउथ इंडियन हाउसेस होते हैं ना कि आसपास ऐसा बीच में खाली रहता है तो दैट वाज समथिंग लाइक दैट एंड जो फोर्थ वाला है ना जो फोर्थ फ्लोर है ऑलमोस्ट खाली रहता है क्योंकि फोर्थ फ्लोर में मतलब मेरे मम्मियाँ 3 है तो वो उधर रहते तो अभी इधर आ गए तो वो खाली रहता है ऑलमोस्ट तो वो फ्लोर में क्या है ना उस फ्लोर में 4 रूम है तो पहले वाले 2 रूम एंड देन यू हैव अ बिग विंडो देयर जिनमें से तुम्हें घर के ऑपोजिट साइड तो पीछे वाला दिखता है एंड माय नानी के घर के ठीक ऑपोजिट साइड एक बहुत बड़ा फील्ड है अगर हॉस्पिटल स्टोर है तो उधर हर एक तरीके का पेड़ दिखता है एंड एक्चुअली तुम अगर उधर खड़े रहो तो पहला चीज जो तुम दिखता है ऐसे बैकग्राउंड ठीक है तो wherever I go to my नानी का घर ना always ये सीख के उस उधर पीछे 5 बजे के 5 मिनट के बाद मत जाना कुछ जाते हैं तो किसी को लेके जाओ तो that night what happened was it was something 7 to 8 and उधर गांव वाला एरिया तो 5-6 बजे सब कुछ बंद हो जाता है तो 7 to 8 7 o'clock something I decided interested to go and see what exactly is there so I went alone एकदम ठंडी ठंडी हवा चल रही है पहली 3 बजे आगे पलटे तो मैं बालकनी पर मेरी नजर करे ना तो ये कंफर्ट था तो आई वेंट I was just going and working, and then it suddenly heard someone calling per se. And then it was my mother who saw me. कि मैं उधर जा रही हूँ, तो she was like जल्दी वापस आओ. And then मेरी मम्मी देखी तो she was scared. तो उन्होंने मेरी नानी को भेजा, मेरी नानी took me back. उस दिन एक्चुअली मैं नानी का घर से बहुत अभी रात हो गया तो बहुत डार्क हो जाता है वो जगह. तो और हम लोग लाइट ज्यादा जला देते हैं. आपको सोता है ना तो पूरा घर अंधेरा रहता है. एंड मेरी नानी की वॉशरूम आपको. एंड वो मतलब मैं नानी का घर सामने रेस्टोरेंट वॉशरूम तो सामने से उधर ही जिसके रूम के अंदर वॉशरूम नहीं रहता ना, नॉर्मल वॉशरूम नहीं रहता है ना. तो इट वाज लाइक कि दो वो विंडो एंड देन सीधा तुम जाओ तो यू हैव द वॉशरूम. तो मुझे किचन से उधर तक चल के जाना पड़ेगा. विंडो के बीच में विंडो कोई खुली थी. विंडो खुली थी. ठीक है. एंड दैट टेबल आई थिंक एंसेस्टर घर है. तो उधर शुरुआत से लोग बोलते हैं कि उस पेड़ के नीचे किसी वुमन को दफना है. तो बंगाल में वी हैव दैट कैरेक्टर कॉल्ड शाकचूनी. ठीक है. शी इज अ विच. हाँ तो she's a green. Yeah. So she's तो हम लोग उसको शाकचूनी बोलते हैं. तो it is actually a witch. So we describe it as a lady with open hair and a white saree and stuff. तो उसके बड़े लाल नहीं चेहरा नहीं देखता हुआ है.
सारे मूवी की कैरेक्टर है.
नहीं वीडियो देखो
आगे तो बोल
ना मुझे से इधर आने में तो उसके बाद आई वाज वॉकिंग उधर विंडो खुला था तो हवा बहुत ठंडा आ रहा था. पूरा ठंडा हो गया. ठंडी हवा है.
Bye, ma'am.
And I was मतलब मैं आपको मेरे साथ 1.5
Ma'am, bye.
तो मुझे डर लग रहा था. तो मैं आई वाज वॉकिंग.
Bye.
तो अभी डर लगता है वैसे भी जाने और वैसे नहीं लगता. तो मैं चल रही हूँ एंड आई एम जस्ट वाचिंग माय स्टेप्स. ठीक है. क्योंकि पास समय पता नहीं क्या आ जाए सामने. आई एम वाचिंग माय स्टेप्स. तो मैंने मुझे पायल की आवाज आने लगी. आई वाज फ्रीक्ड आउट. अब कुछ तो हो जाएगा. But then I kept on walking and I looked at it, ma'am, I swear to God, I saw, I'm a person I get goosebumps. Literally, yeah. So it was literally like, ma'am, I saw that figure standing in front of that banyan tree. ऐसा होता है कभी जब तुम एक चीज के बारे में बात
मेरे गाँव में कैसा है तो जो हमारा जो देवी का मंदिर है ना इट्स वेरी एंशिएंट. वहाँ पे जो भगवान है ना कुछ इंसान में प्रवेश करते हैं. तो कभी भी अगर निकालना ना कुछ होता है. नहीं भगवान जो है जो मूर्ति में वो इंसान के अंदर प्रवेश करते हैं.
ऐसे करते हैं वो ही ना.
ऐसे वो लड़कियां अलग है भाई. हमारे गांव में आधा बच्ची
आमच्या गावात जेव्हा येते ना देवी कोणत्या बाईचं
मैं बाइक में नहीं आते हम लोग के साथ.
अरे मेरे कुछ वैन वाले सारे मुझे वैन वाले अंदर चल रहे थे कि अगर उनका हम करता है ना तो कुछ 13 दिन बाद या 15 दिन बाद उसकी आत्मा किसी इंसान में
और अपने सब कुछ मेरे दादाजी अभी जो 1.5 years पहले वो एक्सपायर गए ना 1.5 years पहले जब वो चले गए तो वो क्या लगता है 13 वो 14 दिन का काम रहता है. वो मतलब कुछ 13 भी बोलते थे 13 अरे नाम तो वो
One girl.
बहुत सिंपल है तुम लोगों का.
Come on.
तो उसके बाद और कोकर ना तो बुद्धों का घर बोलते हैं भाई. कोकर में हर तरह के कोकर है. हाँ तो उसके बाद मेरे पापा बड़े हो गए. ठीक है. 3 बेटे पूरी लाइफ 3 बेटे. ठीक है. तो मेरे पापा बड़े. तो अब कुछ तो हुआ उस दिन रात को मेरे पापा उठकर नींद से उठकर हमारी क्या हो रहा है. ठीक है. सारी मेरे पापा लेटे हैं तो हमारे गए. तो फिर अब पापा बोलते हैं लिटरली पापा बोलते हैं कुछ तो बोल रहे थे. मैंने देखा है भाई देखो
मैडम एक अंदर एक्स्ट्रा लेक्चर ले रही बेटा.
अभी चल तो
कौन लेडी.
अरे यहाँ पे
हेलो
अरे मजाक सच्ची मजाक से गए थे
ये रहते हैं
पेन लेके जा.
यहाँ पे तो
कौन सा है?
तो ये
आयुष का फोन
रहते हो रहते वो क्यों बताइए मेन बोला तो नहीं लेकिन
तो हमारे यहाँ गणपति के बाद ना एक वो